Hey guys, it is Vlogmas day 4, and we're going to do something a little different because we've been doing a lot of decorating, and we have a big, awesome special video for day 5 tomorrow night. That's going to take me a long time to edit. So we're going to do a pretty easy one today. We are going to be seeing a lot of other full-timers while we are here in Florida for the winter.
Yes.
And we wanted to come up with kind of a series that we could do on our channel where we could meet some other full-timers. You guys can meet some other full-timers and you can learn from them, right? Because not all of them have channels. Actually, most of them don't have YouTube channels. And there are a lot of questions that we have for other full-timers, and there's a lot of questions that we get from other people that we run into. So we came up with a list of questions. We don't have a name for this list. We need help with a name for this list. So if you have an idea, a clever name, a pun, you know, something that could be interesting.
Something better than just full-timer questions.
Which is literally what it says on the paper. Yeah, if you have a better idea for a name for this list, go ahead and drop it in the comments down below. What we're gonna do is to kick off this list, this inaugural asking of the questions.
Ooh.
We're going to ask them to each other. So we're not going to have the same answers.
We have not discussed our answers beforehand.
Yeah, we came up with these questions over dinner the other night, but we did not answer them in front of each other. So
ooh, it's so secretive.
And this will be the same list of questions for everybody that we run into that we ask.
Yep.
Right? So.
And I think maybe we'll put the questions in the description down below, and if you want to answer them,
sure,
in the comments, then we can learn about you too.
Yeah. So, without further ado, number 1
question that we get asked by everybody.
This is literally, again, literally, the number 1 question that we get from everybody.
Doesn't matter who you are.
And we've talked with other full-timers. It is the number 1 question that everybody gets.
Yes.
From everybody. You already know what this question is.
They might not.
They do.
It's the question you want to ask us.
It's the question you want to ask us first, right?
I guess so.
Because you meet someone that has traveled all over the place, has driven all over the country.
And
what are you going to ask them?
What is your favorite place that you have been? Yeah.
What is your favorite place you've been? That is number 1 with a bullet. Every full-timer gets asked that question first from everybody.
What's the best place you've ever been?
So, Aaron, what's your favorite place you've ever been?
Why do I have to go first?
And we're limiting this to in an RV, right?
In an RV,
yes.
Our RV we've traveled in our RV trip.
Yeah, because this one's been to China, Ireland, France, you know, places like
Some
that.
other
But
places.
we're limiting this to RV times.
Okay, so I think it's a newer one. I really liked being in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan this summer.
Okay.
When we were all the way up at the 2 places that we stayed at. I really liked where we stayed in St. Ignace at the Tiki RV.
Tiki RV. That was right across the bridge, right across the Mackinac
And I liked it
Bridge.
because it was a small campground and there was... We were there with other families. We were there exploring a new place for almost everybody, and so everything was new and exciting. It was cool in the evenings, and it was just so different and unexpected. Yeah. I really liked it there.
Yeah. So what about the other place that was...
So the other place that we stayed at was up near Pictured Rocks, and that was, again, it was a smaller campground. We were there with other families, and we got to go out on that cruise on the Pictured Rocks on the 4th of July, and it was just so much fun to experience new places with friends. Okay. What's your favorite place that we've been?
I'm going to go with Los Angeles.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going big.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're throwing it back to 3 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. So, and also we're throwing it forward to next year.
What?
What? So, I think when we first set out on this trip and we were mapping out this first route around the country back in the end of 2017 and most of 2018, we had a lot of big stuff on the list.
Yes.
And on this list, we had San Francisco and Los Angeles. In my mind, I was like, I really don't care about Los Angeles. Like, we're going through the area, so we'll check it out. We'll drive around a little bit. I had no interest, really. I was like, it's just going to be traffic and just ridiculous LA stuff, right? And then San Francisco, I was really looking forward to. because you see San Francisco on the TV all the time. It's San Francisco, right? There's so many iconic things in San Francisco. So jump forward to, we have gone all the way up California, and San Francisco had cool stuff, but I don't know.
It wasn't as exciting as we were expecting it
I think I had it too high. And then LA, we spent 4 days driving around LA and doing random things around the city.
It was so cool. We had nothing planned.
I absolutely fell in love with it.
Yep.
Everything from, obviously Disneyland down in Anaheim to the Huntington Dog Beach to seeing the Santa Monica Pier, going up to, driving on Malibu, driving up along Mulholland, driving down and not getting out of the car, the Hollywood Boulevard.
We did hit all of the touristy kind of places, like drive-through places that you're like, oh, I remember that from this movie and that movie from this movie.
Donuts.
We did.
And then, of course, the Griffith Observatory, where if you get up there early or early in your trip, and you can kind of see everything stretched out in front of you. It's crazy. Yeah. Crazy. So LA, I think LA is my favorite place we've been.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I like LA too. I'm looking forward to seeing it again.
Okay. Flip side.
Where would you never return?
Right. So question number 2: where would you not go back to? You first.
So we went to this place off season for it, but I don't know that I would go back even in season.
Okay.
We stayed 2 nights right outside of Quartzsite, Arizona.
Okay.
And it was kind of just a stopover for us, but we were there in April.
Yeah, it was because we were in Vegas in April. Yeah, it was around.
So we were there in April, so it was not in season. Like everything was closed. There were no supermarkets open. I had to try and find fruit at like Dollar General, and try and come together with a meal because even the restaurants were closed.
There was a restaurant open,
But
the season there, I think,
it's like December, January, February. It's the winter.
Yeah, it's the winter time. A lot of RVers go to Quartzsite. There's a big thing there.
There is, but I don't even think that I would go there now. In our current travels, it's just not. It's not really the scene I was looking for.
Okay. Yep. And so where would I not go back to? Four Corners.
Well, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So what is your favorite thing to cook or fix while traveling? And we would like others to include recipes so we could steal them.
And we'll include ours too.
If it involves a recipe, yeah. So what is your favorite thing to cook or fix while traveling? I think the key there is while traveling.
Yes, so it has to be with the stuff that we travel with.
Yeah.
So, you guys know I don't do a lot of the cooking.
She does not.
There's
a bug on me.
I can cook though. Please tell them that I can cook.
I am contractually obligated from our marriage contract to tell you that she can cook.
Do you want to try that again? I can cook and I cook good food.
She can't. When she cooks, it is good, yes.
Okay, thank you.
When
I
she
am
cleans,
capable.
The food tastes even better.
Okay. Oh, I don't know what to say.
My favorite thing to cook while traveling is the fajitas / nachos / tacos things we do.
Yes.
I do them on the Blackstone. I just do a bunch of chicken. But really, I think my favorite part is I do mushrooms and onions and peppers. And I cook the mushrooms and onions really long before adding the peppers and then chicken. Sometimes I do shrimp, sometimes I do beef, and then we just have them with tortillas. And it's a good crowd pleaser. That's what we did the other night, actually, for a cookout.
And if you camp near us and we invite you to dinner, that's what we're going to make you. Because it's easy to eat that.
9 times out of 10, that's what I'm cooking for you.
Because there's things that the children can eat, and then everybody can pick and choose what kind of things they want to eat.
And we run into a lot of people that have dietary restrictions,
and
it's
that's
an
easy way.
Just kind of build your own sort of thing.
So in the Instant Pot, you can make like the insides of the egg roll.
Yeah, that's good.
And then you can have it with rice or just eat it on its own or whatever. And so it's all the inside parts of the egg roll, and I think that is delicious, and I can still taste it in my face.
Yeah, it's like cabbage and carrots and minced ground beef.
I don't know if we did beef or pork, but either one, it was good.
Or turkey, probably you could do turkey.
I'll put the recipe down below.
Yeah, I think you found it on Pinterest, didn't you?
I did. It was really, really good.
It's delicious. Yeah. It takes a lot of prep though, which is why I think a lot of chopping and just getting stuff small and.
Yeah, but then you put it in the refrigerator and it reheats well. So that's mine.
All right, so number 4.
Oh.
What is your dream RV? And a truck and trailer, whatever. Your dream RV travel setup. Money is no object. You just won $100 million. What RV are you buying?
I don't even know.
For me, oh.
Go ahead. You go ahead, and I'll think. You answer
Okay,
this first.
so I'm going to jump in. I'm going to say a custom-built diesel
Yes.
pusher.
Yes.
So I guess Aaron and I are going to have the same answer. A custom-built diesel pusher that has plenty of room for the kids. I don't need all of the ridiculous extravagance of some of the ones we've seen and we'll see again at Tampa next month.
I do like looking at them now.
No, we love looking at them, but just we really like being in a motorhome. But there are not enough motorhomes for families, especially for families with more than 2 kids.
Right.
So it would be a custom rig from the ground up made for us.
Made for us 5 to go.
Us. And then we would be towing that you haven't seen.
That thing over there. So some of the things that I would want in it. The bed over the cab for Tara.
Yep.
For sure. The queen size bed over the cab.
Yep.
Bunks for the littles.
With like floor space.
With some floor space. So
Yeah.
kind of like a bunk room. Like I think if you could take one of those huge like bathrooms that like have a double sink and like the big shower and stuff and make that into like a bunk room.
But we're building this from the ground up.
I know, but what I'm
So-
saying is, like, if you're thinking about that space,
Yeah.
we don't need some huge bathroom.
No.
I need space for the kids to sleep and their clothes to be,
Yeah.
and some of their toys and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the living room, kind of like what.
yeah, the
similar to
living
what
room that we
now.
have now is
Yeah.
fine. If it was a diesel pusher, we could have stuff on either side.
I'd flip it around, put a kitchen on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then have a big sitting space and a big eating space and like opposing couches, so when we have people over, we can look at them.
Yeah.
But and have a big dinette area, big enough dinette area that they can sit and do school, since we do school from
Yeah.
home, and that I can sit with them and do my work too.
And I
So,
work from the driver's seat,
Yep.
which I actually quite enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5.
Ooh.
If you could drive your RV anywhere in the world, don't worry about water, deserts, mountains, no nothing.
Logistics be damned.
You can just go like this, and your RV is now somewhere else, anywhere in the world. Where would you go for like a week?
Just a week.
A week.
A week. Okay. So I was going to say Iceland,
Okay.
because it's kind of pretty there.
Kinda, yeah.
Kind of a lot. But then I was thinking, I think I'd want to go to New Zealand with our RV and camp all over the place and see all the Lord of the Rings things and all the splendor that is New Zealand. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Because I would never be able to take the RV there.
But you could fly there and rent one.
I could, but I couldn't take my RV.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I would go. I'd go to New Zealand.
Okay.
Where are you going to go?
I haven't actually really thought about this. I'm going to say Portugal.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, Portugal. Yeah, it's kind of low on the radar in terms of European visits, right? But
Yeah.
every single time I see something from like the coast of Portugal,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I used to work with a woman her family was from Portugal, and all of the food she would bring to work was amazing.
Ooh.
So Portugal, and then like if I don't have to go like this and my RV pops back here, like if it could just stay there, then I could drive it, through Spain and France, Germany.
Yeah, you could do that for
do
sure.
the whole Europe road trip.
You said a week though.
Yeah.
I guess I'm
I know.
stuck in New Zealand.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. Well, actually, we wrote this 2 different ways.
Yeah.
So which one do we want to do? So it's gear you can't live without, or what is the best $50 you have spent on your RV? Let's go with the second one. What's the best $50 you have spent for our RV?
I know this one.
Go for it.
Turkish towels. And they weren't $50, but I bought 2 sets, one for the beach and the pool
I
and
think
stuff.
each set was 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so,
Yeah, a set of 6.
Turkish towels.
Yeah. I agree. It's not my answer, but they are
Turkish
fabulous.
towels, just because they easy to wash, easy to store. The more you wash them, the better they get with like absorbency and yeah.
And we fit 6 of them on one towel rack.
Yep.
Like one towel bar in the bathroom.
Because
6
Vector
towels.
has one too.
Yeah. And they're color coded, right?
They
each
are.
have, and they all match like our
Favorite
colors.
colors.
Good answer.
Woohoo!
You know my answer.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. What is I am the unofficial ambassador of what?
This is Zero G hose.
Zero G water hose. If you've ever fought with one of those terrible, rigid, kink-free Camco hoses, get yourself a Zero G hose. You're welcome. Okay, so number 7. How did you discover RVing, and what was your spark? to go RVing.
So I think this is kind of the same for us, though.
Oh, well,
wouldn't
obviously,
it be?
yeah, because we're married and we have the same family. Yes, yeah.
Okay. So we had some very close people in our family pass away way too early.
Yep.
And so in our mind, we started thinking we need to do some things differently. And we had some life changes that popped up kind of a couple months after we had started thinking a little differently that kind of made it so making decisions were a little, some decisions were made for us. Let's just say that.
We call that an inflection point.
An inflection point.
Yes, that was an inflection point.
So I started looking, we lived in a very beautiful house in the perfect neighborhood, and best of friends lived all around us.
Yep.
And we realized that that wasn't going to be sustainable for us. So I started looking at like tiny houses and living out in the country or something like that. And
we knew we didn't need that much space.
Right.
And we had a chance to move anywhere we wanted to.
Yeah.
And downsize into whatever we wanted to.
And make it a little bit of an adventure. And so I started watching tiny house videos on YouTube back in the summer of 2017. And of course, Brian, I was like, you gotta watch this, it's so cool. These people live with like 6 kids in this tiny little place, and if they can do it, we can do it. And then that slowly, we got like
YouTube started
recommended
feeding us up.
videos.
Yeah, recommended videos for full-time RVers.
Yeah, and I was like, people like live in an RV.
I had no idea.
We had no idea.
No idea. I had never stepped foot in an RV.
I hadn't been in one since I was little and went to visit like my friend's grandparents in the driveway.
Yep.
I'd
seen them driving down the road. I never knew anyone that had one. Had never been in one.
Nope.
And we both decided together one night, we're gonna do this. And that was July 2017. And the Monday after Thanksgiving, we were living in an RV that same year.
Yep.
So, August, September, October. We brought it home in October.
Yep.
So 3 months later, we had an RV. And then November. So 4 months.
Yeah.
Sold 2 houses. Pretty much everything we owned. So our spark was
losing loved ones.
Yeah, losing loved ones, and we didn't want to wait.
Didn't want to wait.
We had talked even when we were dating about traveling after the kids were out of school and away to college, and then we realized that it's not guaranteed that we'll make it there. So do it. So number 8 is
a rapid fire.
So I'm going to ask you all of these first.
Okay.
And then you will ask them to me. So this is the wild card, quick answers.
Okay.
So in the entire United States, best donuts.
The Salty Donuts in Orlando.
Best barbecue.
Rudy's in Colorado Springs.
Best beer/cocktail/wine. Best adult beverage.
Does Epcot count?
It's in the United States.
Swine brine at the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot.
It's a weird one. It has bourbon and mustard,
cider,
and lemon juice, and cider.
Yeah.
It's weird but delicious.
The mustard is the best.
What is the best state in the union?
I'm gonna go with Oregon.
Why?
Because every place we went there, I loved, and it was beautiful.
Okay.
And I can't wait to go back.
Okay. Best state for me, I'm gonna say.
No, it's not your turn.
Oh right, sorry. Yeah, no. So final question. Where should people visit on vacation? Like, what is your low-key, like, you'll never have a travel agent tell it to you. You'll never have a friend or family be like, we just spent a week here, you should go there. Like, what is, like, total under-the-radar, low-key, awesome vacation spot?
I really think I'm going to go with Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, we were just there a couple months ago.
And we didn't stay long enough.
Yeah, 2 nights.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen more and gone to the rocket place.
Yeah, we camped at the Space and Rocket Center, but we didn't actually go into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool little town, though.
I would like to spend more time in the town
yeah.
and just, I liked it a lot.
Sweet.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, here.
Rapid fire.
Yes.
Now you know all the questions.
Well,
We ready?
It's your hand ready. You knew the questions, too.
Best donuts.
Voodoo Donuts from an actual Voodoo location.
Do you have a favorite location?
I'm going to say the one in Portland that was on the east side of the river, not the one like downtown.
Okay.
The one, you remember?
Yes, I agree.
There were 2.
That's the one I would have said too.
Yep.
Alrighty. Best barbecue.
Kansas City, Gates.
Alrighty. Best beer, cocktail, wine.
Any Kansas City barbecue.
Okay.
Kansas City is like the best style, but I enjoyed Gates.
Okay.
Beer, cocktail, wine. Michelada.
Anywhere you can get it?
Yeah, anywhere you can get it, yeah. But I would say the very first one I had in San Antonio, we were at the Riverwalk, but we walked over to the other side of town where there's that like Spanish market sort of area.
Yeah.
And I had a handmade michelada, and it was fabulous.
Yes. Best state?
Best state, that's going to be New Mexico.
Okay.
New Mexico.
Why?
Roadrunners.
Roadrunners.
And green chili on
Verde
everything.
sauce.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Where should people visit on vacation? It's like your sleeper kind of vacation.
So like a sleeper low key. I'm gonna stay in New Mexico and go with Los Alamos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Los Alamos is kind of up above Santa Fe.
It's where like the Vales or Valleys Caldera is.
I have
or
no
whatever.
idea how to say that, but that's there. Bandelier
Ooh,
is there.
it's our
Bandelier
favorite
National
national
Monument was actually White Sands was, but now it's a national park.
Yeah.
But Bandelier was an amazing place to visit, and then the town of Los Alamos was really cool.
It was really neat.
Yeah, and there's the Manhattan Project National Historic Site there that unfortunately wasn't open because we were there on a Wednesday, and that was the one day of the week it was not open. That's how that works.
Right.
But yeah, I think Los Alamos is really, really neat.
Yeah.
It's like a neat little slice of like American history.
Yes, and we found good tacos there.
Oh yeah, and of course it's New Mexico, so the food was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that is our list, our unnamed list. It is the list.
The list.
So-
I'm looking forward to hearing what other people have to say.
Yeah. So now that you all know these, go look in the description. Answer any of them you want. Answer all of them if you want. And we are going to be hooking up with a lot of other full timers this winter. So December, January, February.
Hopefully we get
And-
tours of their rigs and ask them some questions.
Yeah. So we will try to get as many of them on camera answering these exact same questions, so you guys can learn more about other full timers.
I like it.
Right. So Vlogmas Day 4.
Done.
Done. Oh, the wreath update for the front of the RV.
Oh yeah, if you're interested in that.
The magnet I got, not going to work because what was I not thinking of? Fiberglass.
That's what it's made of.
The front of the RV, the front cap is fiberglass. And guess what magnets don't stick to?
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass.
One of the many things it doesn't stick to.
Yeah, I need some of that ferrous fiberglass. So
Yes.
I ended up just zip tying it to the front.
Yes.
Yeah, and it looks fine.
It looks fine.
Yeah, and like I said, we only have 2 moving days between now and when we'll have to take it off. So,
Yep.
and those moving days are very short. So I'm not worried about it.
So one other thing that
Yes.
people were wondering about.
Yes.
Who won the giveaway?
Who won the giveaway? Yes, I have the name.
The Waggle giveaway.
The Waggle
Who's getting it? Is it going to be you?
giveaway.
Is it going to be you? So many of you participated.
Let me pull up Steve's email here. Steve from Waggle told me that the giveaway winner is Julianne Rigdon.
Ooh, Julianne. Nicely done.
Rigdon. And he is sent you an email. He's trying to reach you for your address so he can give us a shipping label.
And we'll send it on
Once
to
we
you.
have it, we will add some goodies to the box, some 5 to go goodies to the box, and then you will have a Waggle. That's the list.
That's the list.
That's day 4 in the can. Day 5, I'm going to go back inside and continue editing.
It's so exciting.
Alrighty, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, guys.